I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.
All right. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's the February the 25th. It's the morning after the State of the Union. And I'm about to go ahead and go I'm going to start backwards, right? And I didn't listen to the entire speech, so um that's not what I'm here for. I'm responding to my own as I listen to it. Some people said it's the longest State of the Union ever. I assume, but I'm gonna say this right now. I blame the mud seal class for creating this condition. But anyway, and there was a guy named Hawk podcast, and I saw his response to the Democratic Party's response, and I have to agree with him. Hawk podcast is right. Um, the Democratic Party is a joke. It's a joke. And I might play what he said later on. Maybe if, depending on how I can stomach the, it actually depends on how I stomach the State of the Union. But like I said, I'm gonna start backwards because I got to do it backwards because, and when I say backwards, I mean I'm gonna start with a response by somebody else. Okay, and I gotta say, listen, I have a crush on this woman. I'm sorry, I have a crush on Summer Lee. Y'all got to forgive me. I have a crush on Congresswoman Lee. I'm gonna say this right now. I know Pure Butterfly and Queen Sunkiss and some of the women over here, they ain't gonna like what I'm about to say. This woman is 10 times better than Jasmine Crockett. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, she's 10 times better than Jasmine Crockett. I'm telling you. What's going on, Fred? I seen parts of the dress, and to be honest, the old man should be out yelling at the clouds somewhere. Yeah, Fred. Yeah, Fred. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Let me put this out here real quick. Let me put this. Yeah, put this on. Yeah. What's going with you, Fred? But I have a crush on Summer Lee. So when Summer Lee's statement, response is the best response ever made. Now she represent, even though she's serving as a Democrat in Congress, she's also a member of the Working Family Party, which is a third party, which the Democratic Party does have some of its lineage to. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Fred. I'm doing all right. So let me go ahead and play her. Oh, hold on. Let me wait a minute. There is a problem here. Okay. Never mind. That was technical difficulties right there, but it was weird. Anyway, keep it moving.
Good evening. I'm Congresswoman Summer Lee, and I'm honored to deliver the Working Families Party response to the President's State of the Union. The Working Families Party is the political party for working people, not the bosses, not the big dollars. I'm proud to be a part of a movement that is built for and by the people. So let's start with a simple truth. What we are witnessing from our government is authoritarian.
Facts. Homegirl is right. All right. She's right. This is gang. This is gang. And I know I'm starting this backwards because I'd rather talk about the response, because this is what she just did in this 15 minutes, in this 15 minutes and 50-second video. She done more in a response than what the official Democrat Party's response was. Because the Democratic Party's response was trash. And that was by the newly elected governor of Virginia, Spangenberg. She just gave a bland speech with applause lines, all that. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Any response that doesn't acknowledge that truth is a disservice to Americans who deserve and need honesty right now. I listened to Donald Trump's speech tonight. While Trump and his friends profit off his presidency, he's gaslighting us. He wants to convince working families that we're better off under his regime. But we know the truth. Our country is in crisis. For millions of Americans, affordability is out of reach. Trump has driven up the unemployment rate, cutting thousands of federal jobs across the country.
Right. And all these federal jobs, and you can't even call the VA for some of y'all who's in VA, who's our service members. So some people couldn't even call the traffic controllers for the air and even some of the people who were fired under DEI, quote unquote, mainly African American women, on some, because and then it created a log jam in certain services to be doled out. So she's correct about that.
Everything he does is making Americans less safe at home and abroad. He's bringing us to the brink of wars in the Middle East and South America. And at home, ICE agents are hunting down human beings, and cities are under siege. The FBI is raiding election offices in Georgia. Students are being disappeared for
and she's right. Why just Georgia? You know. So yeah.
protesting tyranny and genocide in Palestine. The environmental protections we earned after a generation of advocacy are being stripped away. Educators are facing attacks on public and higher education because diversity and truth threaten corporate power. Workers are facing union busting and retaliation. And the Republican-led Congress, it's abdicated its post as a co-equal branch and yielded itself to the oligarchs in the White House.
Yeah, because it's gang. That's what it is. It's gang. You know, damn the Constitution, damn the co-equal branches of government is gang. Now I know before somebody gonna say, well, you mean under Obama, Obama had the first 2 years of Obama, he had a Democratic Congress. Yeah, but he fought the Democratic Congress over the health care bill with Joe Lieberman and what's his name from what's that congressman from Illinois? Trying to add on things that Obama didn't want, and then Obama did this. So I don't want to hear nothing about Obama or even Bush. Even Bush had Trent Lott. Even Bush had to fight off Trent Lott. So this whole MAGA thing, there is no co-equal branches of government under MAGA. The era of MAGA. It's my way or the highway.
The White House. Trump bragged about his tariffs, but they were never about creating jobs. They were a tool for Trump to bully countries or companies into paying fealty to him personally, and about making working people pay the price for his tax cuts for billionaires. The courts have blocked his illegal actions, but for too many small businesses and consumers, the damage is done. He played up his tax cuts, but forgot to mention that it's $1 trillion giveaway to the wealthiest and well-connected.
Can I be non-serious right now? Can I be non-serious? Is she single? Ask her for a friend. I'm just saying. Keep it moving.
He talked a big game about banning stock trading, but wants to exempt himself so he can keep on cashing in. The state of the union is dire.
I'm sorry. I have a crush on this woman. I've been saying this for like 2 years. I have a very serious crush on this woman. Is she married? Is she single? I just want to know. Anyway, hold on. Let me see if she was in the chat room. Full circle with a $10 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Stanley, what's going on with you? Let's keep it moving. I know. Let me put my personal feelings to the side real quick, because Lord knows I'm thirsty. Let me just keep it moving.
We can't afford to believe Trump's lies, and we have to pay attention to his actions. This is not a normal time, and our response to it can't be politics as usual. Trump's speech wasn't a list of accomplishments. It was more like an obituary for the country working people built and a celebration for the billionaires who want to strip it for parts.
Right. Yeah. Grandpa, I know people are going to get offended by what I said. Grandpa sold this country out. Now, when I say grandpa, I'm not talking about your grandpa or my grandpa. We're talking about the white corporate class for the past 80, 90 years has sold this country out. Their great grandsons and granddaughters have now cannot afford to live what their grandparents had built, because grandpa sold them out. Anyway, keep it moving.
An obituary for our right to vote, for the ability to make rent or the chance to own a home. for good jobs with the right to organize and strike and stick up for each other. Trump's policies are hurting our communities. Working people feel it every single day. We certainly feel it where I come from in Western Pennsylvania, where I was born, raised, and now represent in Congress. I know what it's like to come from a working class background, to be burdened by student debt, and to witness our communities be neglected time and again. I ran for office because I wanted to make sure the marginalized and unheard voices of my district had representation. Special interests and dark money went hard against me, and still we won. In my district, Pennsylvania's 12th, people work way harder than their paychecks and bank accounts will ever reflect. It's a place where teachers and nurses like my sister show up even when they're exhausted. Where steel workers carry the pride of generations in their hands, and where restaurant cooks start before sunrise and don't sit down again until midnight. And where childcare workers do some of the hardest work in America and still struggle to pay the rent. We have world-class hospitals, yet people can't access the care they need. Insurance companies drive families into bankruptcy. Parents work 2 jobs and still can't afford childcare. Patients ration medicine just to make it to the end of the month. No matter how hard we work, we continue to struggle. That's the real state of our union. This is not an accident. Trump is failing all of us, but he is not failing everybody. Trump promised to lower our costs. Instead, he gave $1 trillion in tax breaks to the 1% while cutting your Medicaid and SNAP by $1.1 trillion.
Right. She is correct though, because wasn't we supposed to get the tariff money? Wasn't we supposed to get a check based on the tariffs? Am I the only one who forgot about that part? Just saying. Should do. Where's our tariff? Where are the checks from the tariffs? Just saying. Keep moving.
Commonwealth of Pennsylvania alone, 300,000 people are going to lose Medicaid within the next year. He promised us public safety, but we have an FBI director who's focused on flying on private jets to concerts and hockey games using our tax dollars. Trump promised accountability and transparency.
Oh, yeah. Talking about DEI, right? Cash Hotel is a DEI hire. Let's keep it moving.
But his DOJ is violating our subpoena, protecting pedophiles and burying documents that name him in the Epstein files. He said he'd make government more efficient, but now seniors can't get anybody on the phone to explain why their Social Security payments stopped. While Americans' bank accounts are being drained, Trump and his family have gained billions of dollars from foreign payments and corrupt oligarchs. And while our hearts break for children trapped in ICE detention, Palantir gets to walk away with a $1 billion contract. This is corporate greed and profiteering, and it's a moral failure. We live in the wealthiest country in the world, yet corporate profits grow and wages don't. The stock market may be helping CEOs, but it does nothing for working people's pocketbooks. The portfolios of AI moguls that see no place for you and me in their future might be growing, but not as fast as the unemployment rate for Black women. That's up 20% just from last year. The concentration of wealth has created 2 separate.
And I blame you, red pill, manosphere nut jobs, you MGTOWs idiots who think, voting for Trump is going to equalize men, get men back on top while y'all still low, while women being fired. Your income not being raised up either. Manosphere, MGTOW men, y'all not. I don't see y'all up here. Y'all just thinking that Donald Trump was going to help y'all shame, blame, explain into greatness over the women, the womans of, but anyway, let me calm down, because I really want to dig up in y'all real quick. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Americas. one for a working person and one for the wealthy. And for years, powerful men of fear and division telling us that we should blame our neighbors for our struggles. They need you to believe the problem is the immigrant or the trans kid or
you know, since she mentioned Elon Musk, if I was president, Elon Musk would be deported. And so would them white South Africans he pimped to be over here. Especially them white South Africans. I'll take them home. You know, you can't sit there and bring them over here while at the same time you telling the Haitians to go home. You're telling the Cubans to go home. You're telling the the Hispanic people from Latin America go home. But yet, yeah, we gonna welcome in all the white South Africans. No, we taking y'all home too. So it's across the board.
Someone who looks differently or worships differently than you, they want you to look anywhere but at them. So whether you live in a city where the rent is too damn high or in a small town where the factory closed down, or whether you come from a community hit by gun violence, opioids, floods, or fires, working families are facing this same reality. Wages that don't keep up with costs, and a system built for corporate CEOs, and a government that is just not doing enough. This rigged system keeps squeezing the people who have it hardest. The communities with the least power, the workers with the least protection, and the families already living on the edge. But we don't have to accept that. The rich, connected, and well-protected may want us to believe this has to remain the status quo, but we can work to make things right. We've seen working people come together from the civil rights movement to the creation of labor unions to change this country for the better, despite powerful opposition. So right now, we need bold policy proposals that meet this moment. We can build an America that works for the many and not just the money. An America where you can actually afford a home, where healthcare is guaranteed, with affordable childcare and education, with paid family and medical leave, and jobs with a union standard. We can,
the quality of education has dropped. I hope everybody knows this, right? And you can tell by looking at social media, how people talk on social media, and how people cannot use critical thinking skills or comprehend the written language, or use some foresight. Yes, we need to revamp our education system. Though, if I would, if I was president of the United States, I'm just saying, that was the first thing that'd be one of the first things I would have done. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
can create a just and humane immigration system. And let's be clear, you can't reform oppression or hatred. You must abolish it. We can have environmental policies that put the health of our people and our planet over the profits of oil and gas executives. We can fund education instead of endless war and genocide in Palestine or Sudan or anywhere else in this world. That vision is not radical. It is the bare minimum required for a healthy democracy and for people to pursue happiness and live with dignity. Imagine what it would mean if healthcare wasn't tied to your job, and where you can see a doctor without checking your bank account first, or no parent ever rationing insulin, no family starting a GoFundMe to survive cancer. Medicare for all doesn't just save money. It saves lives. It keeps families out of bankruptcy. Imagine a national jobs program that guarantees dignified union work, rebuilding roads and bridges, caring for seniors and children, installing clean energy, building affordable housing. No more telling young people there's nothing here for you, or no more small towns hollowed out and just forgotten. A good job does more than pay the bills. It builds a community. Imagine childcare that doesn't swallow half your paycheck, and paid leave that allows you to heal, to bond with your newborn, or to care for a parent without risking your livelihood. When people have the basic secured, stress goes down, small businesses grow, families stay together, and democracy actually works because people aren't trapped in survival mode. When the foundation is strong, people can breathe again. We, the people, need this. We need a healthy democracy and systems that work for us. We can have this now. Don't let anybody tell you we can't afford it. We somehow find endless money for ICE, for private prisons to warehouse Black and brown people, and for bombs to be sent abroad. But we're told healthcare and childcare are too expensive. And when we begin questioning those priorities, the powerful try to divide us once more. But that old playbook is losing its grip. When Trump returned to the White House for a second time, too many institutions surrendered.
You know, man, she looking cute right there. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me. Where was I at? She's right about this talking about they want certain people to be part of they either want people to be part of a prison industrial complex, or they want people to be part of the prison industrial complex, or if you're not going to the prison or the military to fight their illegal wars, they want you no longer existing. That's why they don't want you to have families. They want to be pro-family as long as the family provides for the military industrial complex. All right. So anyway, keep it moving. Where was I at? Oh, yeah.
But ordinary people stood up when federal immigration agents invaded Los Angeles and Minneapolis, when they killed Keith Porter and Renee Good and Alex Preedy. People didn't stand by. They stood together, protesting, documenting abuses, building mutual aid networks, demanding that ICE gets out of their communities and that Congress not give them another penny. I believe the American people deserves leaders who are as brave as they are, who will wake up every morning ready to fight like hell. This year, we can flip Congress against Trump and against this rigged status quo, but we can't do it by electing more of the same. The Democratic Party is at a crossroads.
Listen, based on the Democratic Party response last night, that was atrocious. The Democratic Party, hold on, I don't want no deals. Okay, never mind. Somebody put up. Anyway, where was I at? Nobody don't want no. I mean, the Democratic Party response was atrocious last night. I listened to some of it. The governor of Virginia should never. What? And shout out to Hawk. Hawk is a white man. He said, "Why y'all give a white woman a response rather than give it to Senator Warnock or this lady, the lovely Summer Lee, or somebody else who are being affected by what's really going on?" Because Springberger's response was like a scripted applause line response, and it was just like a menu list, like somebody just reading from a phone book. That's no real response. So I don't know who in the Democratic Party is run by idiots and clowns at this point. They're run by idiots and clowns and people who are trapped in the Washington, D.C. Area.
One side are millions of working people demanding bold action, lower costs, higher wages, Medicare for all. On the other side are corporate donors and consultants who are terrified of upsetting the very interests that rigged this economy in the first place. That tension shows up in watered-down bills and speeches that sound bold but govern small. You can't promise relief while protecting corporations driving up the prices. You can't stand with labor while taking checks from the union-busting CEOs. And you cannot defeat MAGA while keeping billionaires comfortable. In other words, you can't serve two masters. That's why the Working Families Party exists, to help us bring bolder people into government who better reflect the vision of working people. Look at Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, a daughter of Guatemalan immigrants in Chicago who expanded Medicaid, built at 5%. She was outspent 10-1, and she still won to be able to escape accountability. That's also why I moved to subpoena the DOJ to release the full, unredacted Epstein files back in July. I know what it feels like to be targeted by billionaires, to face attack ads and smear campaigns meant to silence you. It was demoralizing and exhausting. It was also a waste of their money because our movement won, and we have to keep winning. Because when we have progressives in Congress, we get legislation that meets the moment. We get people who fight for accountability, but this level of thievery requires consent. It requires violence, exhaustion, resignation, but we do not have to consent.
Yeah. I'm just skipping a little bit because I know I'm starting backwards, right? I'm starting backwards. Are you familiar with Ted Stoner? He predicted the Democrats wouldn't respond effectively. He would predict the Democrats wouldn't respond effectively. He's a historian. You should probably be aware of. He has a YouTube channel. Okay. He was at he was spot on about there. Yeah. Well, see, I was expecting some fire. I was expecting some fire. Okay. Stanley, I was expecting some fire, but but Hank Hawk, I mean, not, I don't know why I'm Hank. Hawk was over there screaming and yelling, and he cussing up the storm. But this Summer Lee, my God, I'm sorry, y'all. I have a crush on this woman. I've been crushing on this woman ever since I saw her 3 years ago. I said, "Damn, man, is she single?" You know what? I'm gonna be quiet. Y'all. Let me move on to this right here. I'm gonna stop being thirsty for a minute. Y'all got to forgive me for that. But anyway, here is the State of the Union. This is on C-SPAN right here. Yeah, and I think this is about the Democrat response is later on. And let me see, where is it at? Yeah, the Democrat response is right here. I'm not going to play. Yeah, I'm not going to go here with this. Let's start right here then. Hold on. Deacon. She's wearing a suit, Deacon. She's wearing a suit. I know what her body looks like. But anyway, let's keep it moving. Okay, anytime now.
I used to say, if I hear...
Oh, here we go. Anytime now. Grandpa sold this country out. That's what it is, right?
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Second Lady of the United States.
Oh, wait. Second lady, as in Erica Kirk. You mean Erica Kirk, right? Okay. Erica Kirk's fill-in. Okay, yeah, Erica Kirk's fill-in. Yeah. But anyway, let's keep moving.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before. Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. To do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
How? How when unemployment is risen up? How? How is there a golden age of when unemployment is going up, cost is going up, let's see, crime is going up? Yeah, okay. Let's keep it moving.
When I last spoke in the chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over.
Wait, hold. You mean ICE doing criminal acts? You mean well, let's keep it moving.
The world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Al Green, it was cute that you did this last year, right? It was cute you did this last year. This is the reason why a lot of you old heads got to leave. That act of waving your cane and bruh, okay, you did that last year. You understand, but come on, really?
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising.
Wait, stop. Inflation is plummeting. I just did. I just pick up some hamburger meat. It's $17.25. Ground chuck. Okay.
Fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Wait, hold on. Let me address somebody in this chat room, right? Let me address somebody in this chat room. So I'm gonna address somebody in this chat room. So you said leftists are unhinged, delusional. If you don't support ICE, you are a traitor. Well, do you want to jump on the panel and hold on before we go here? Here is a tax, right? I need $100 to do a panel. Okay, I need $100. You know, since you want to say I'm a traitor or everybody else is traitors and do that right wing. Well, if you want to jump on the panel, just cash at me $100. Listen. I'll go ahead and entertain your foolishness. I'll go ahead and entertain it. Just saying. All right. Let's keep it moving.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, zero illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Wait. What about those white South Africans? What about those white South Africans? I guess though I guess he forgot about that part, huh? Keep it moving.
And we're sure this is.
Yeah. Skip all that.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Yeah, but what about the customer base? And do you know that a lot of fentanyl that's made in the United States, or most of it's in the Panhandle of Texas, Oklahoma, certain parts of Kansas. That's where most of your fentanyl that's being created. Yet he won't talk about that part, though. He won't talk about that. You have to you got to do some real research. You have to do no chat GPT. You got to do some real research to find that out. Okay.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Can somebody please fact check that for me? Somebody please fact check that for me. I'm not really prepared right now for that.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Really? Do you know that when it comes to gasoline costs, state taxes affect gasoline costs? So you can't put it all on you because the state government put taxes. Okay, over here where I'm at, it's two. How much is it? It's 259 over here where I'm at. 259. We produce oil over here. We're oil producing state, Texas. That is, and it's based on the taxes that the state of Texas levy on petroleum. But you allow these, if you let the mudsill class tell it, Donald Trump did everything for him. But anyway, let's keep it moving. And nobody sent me a cash app for a link. Okay, that's good. Hey, listen, I'm good. Right. Core inflation is 2.5. Right. Right, Stanley. Right. Right. Oh, by the way, if y'all really want um a panel, y'all might want to donate. Who knows? I'm just saying. I'm not begging.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office.
Just before I took office. Wait, stop. Wouldn't that be Biden's just after you took office? No, the cost is based upon what the past done. So, you know what? It's a buyer's market anyway. Let's keep it moving.
1 year.
And why do they put this tile here? Well, that's not the game. All right.
And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house.
The housing market problem was not Biden. Well, let me be honest here. The housing market started long before Biden became president, long before Obama became president. The housing market issue started with the bubble market of the late 90s and the early 2000s. Okay? So you're lying about the housing market. The housing market skyrocketed up after 9/11. Stop the cap. I tried to buy me a house. Stop the cap. Keep it moving.
That really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up.
Really?
In 4 long years,
When?
the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
And where is our refund for where's our rebate for the tariff?
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference, a president.
Right. Hold on. Yeah, you're right. He's cherry picking. God's Life Salvation said, I don't know who this person is, says private equity is the main point behind the collapse of the housing since the early 2000s. Okay. Yeah. You I think you might have a point.
President makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest. As thousands of new businesses are forming in factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just
Yeah, Nagone. This is atrocious. Hey, Belize, shout out to Summer Lee, because I have a crush on Summer Lee, y'all. I have a crush on her, man. Ooh, that's my warrior queen. What's going on, Pierre? I'm doing fine, Pierre. I'm doing fine. Yeah, bottom line, Trump's economy is soft, stagnant is pretty much the description with the. You're right. He just lied about the food costs. Nobody caught on to that. Yeah, exactly, Pierre. He ain't created shit. Yeah, he ain't creating it, yeah. Oops. I shouldn't say no bad words. I trying to keep this monetized. But anyway, keep it moving.
From our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
Wait, didn't he just, wait a minute, that's a war crime. That's a war crime. So now we supposed to clap for a war crime? Stealing somebody else's resources? When the state of Texas and the Gulf of Mexico rivals the oil of Venezuela. I'm just saying, even the oil in North Dakota, South Dakota. You mix those two oils together, we don't need oil from Venezuela. But anyway, let's keep it moving.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
No, natural gas has been going up and up and up since Obama. Stop the cap.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the...
Why?
Wait. Say what? Hold on. Let me bypass this ad real quick. I know he didn't say that.
sector.
Wait, hold on. We gonna go right back, and he said something.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
While you fired people under DEI. While you fired other people at the same time. Make that make sense. Taking out food, housing, Orangey, he lives poorly educated, keep cooking, Big J. Okay. God's light. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. He said less than 50,000 jobs were created last quarter. We'll see less. Yeah. We'll see less in the next. Right. Okay. Stanley says, Dave, so stagnant. There are mixed signals as your inappropriate metaphor trying to convey. Oh, okay. Ooh. Let's keep it moving.
We ended DEI in America.
White women don't think DEI was about black women or black people or Hispanics. He's talking about y'all. DEI is mostly affecting white women, okay? White women. DEI affects white women. I hope y'all understand that now. When they talk about DEI, do not think it's about black people or black women especially. It's about you white women. Okay? Just keep it moving. This Joker, yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Oh, man.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
No, the state of our union is wrong. It ain't strong. It's wrong. That's what he should be said. The state of our union is wrong. Oh man. Okay, let me clap. Let me clap.
Our
Yay.
country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Really? Really? Yeah, okay. Now this is embarrassing. This right here is an embarrassing right here. A hockey team? Okay, I guess when Nero is playing his fiddle, hit the violin as Rome Burns, I guess, you know. Yeah, yeah, Nagone. Trump is crazy, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, man, I got gold.
Go ahead.
Ah, shit.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
You know, we're not even 17 minutes into this. Hold on. Let me read the have the Congress look like we characters when you score a point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. You know what? No, hold on. This cyborg Catwoman comic is cringe. You know what? I might want to check that out in a minute. Let me check that out. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Y'all forgive me. Let me put this as watch later. Yeah. This is how interested I am in this State of the Union. Hold on. Let's see this. Let's see here. Black people ain't apes. Yeah. You know what? Let me watch later on that too. Yeah, let me watch later on that. Right, exactly. What somebody show me the fine print on the housing. Yeah. Uh, they said that the hockey women are not coming. That's the rumor. You know, that is the rumor that the hockey team, the women's hockey team, are not showing up. That is the rumor. You know. Now,
They were in the Oval Office before.
now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip ahead because this is, he's doing all this. I don't got time for all this. I'm gonna try to get to the problem that I saw. Hold on. Wait, hold on.
Imagine being able to build anything.
This is what happens when you got a good YouTube channel. Good ads.
Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like my legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same success.
Oh yeah. Is this where he went off on the? Yeah. Hold on, Stanley. What did the Delta Novembers have to say about this? Yeah, somebody don't know what Delta November means. They think Delta November is a NATO code. We got a bunch of Delta Novembers. And since somebody would make a YouTube video to me, you got a Delta November guy. Is Big J talking about a NATO code? I'm not talking about the NATO alliance code. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm about to say the word. Bruh, you are a Delta November. You being MGTOW is the reason why you are a Delta November. Okay? Let's keep it moving.
Successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement.
Oh yeah. Here's where he goes off on the Supreme Court. Here's where he goes off on the Supreme Court right here. Wait a minute. What's that smell? Is that a mouse? Let me check that mouse trap. Anyway.
So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time tested and approved. And
wow. No congressional. Wait a minute. Hold on. Tariffs are what, y'all? All tax policy begins at where, y'all? Tariff is what? A tax. It's a type of a tax. So who gives the authority to tax? Oh, Congress does. This is gang. This is what he just said is an impeachable offense. What he just said. I want y'all to clock that. Clock that right there. He said, I got the authority to do taxes. No, you don't. Congress does. Whether that's an actual tax or a tariff. This is an impeachable offense right here. But he just said it's an impeachable offense. But yet, I want y'all to clock that.
As time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Right? Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
I tried a ton of AI.
No. Yeah. You love America. You don't love Americans. You know, that's the difference. You love America, but not Americans. That's the point.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make
like how you stole from Venezuela.
Our country run. Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen.
And what about those white South Africans? What about those white South Africans that came in here? Never mind. Let's keep it moving.
Record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly use the word affordability, a word they just used. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
King Jeffries, he blinking his eyes. I'm gonna blink my eyes. Here, I'm gonna blink my eyes one more time. Yeah, man, you weak. You weak.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Where? Show me where. I need a graph. I need a chart. I need data, please. And Liz Warren, she's sitting there like, asked up, man, she's constipated. Man, she might need some milk and magnesia or something to blow that out. I'm just saying, everybody, y'all act like y'all sitting there constipated, trying to get out the bathroom. I mean, come on, y'all looking sad. Y'all looking sad.
price of eggs
Where?
down
60% where? Eggs is where? Eggs is wait. When has the price of eggs drop? Can somebody please tell me where the eggs drop at? Can somebody please inform me where eggs dropped?
Thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing costs of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
Right. What prices? The only eggs drop here is at the man. Listen. I have a joke, but I keep it to myself. All right, I'm gonna keep that. I have an egg joke, but I keep it to myself. I keep it to myself. Uh, when is he gonna do that? Yeah. Let's keep it moving.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before. Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price.
Okay, with with the tariffs, right? Matching that with the tariffs, right? You can't do that with the tariffs. Does people actually think, oh, we're gonna allow America to get a free healthcare plan, affordable healthcare plan with the tariffs? Do you know that the foreign country is going to say, okay, we'll take that, but we're going to jack it up in after you leave? They never, and people over here talk, yay! Y'all don't think. How is he going to do that while he's doing tariffs?
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way. And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
Speaking about eggs, you know, I mean, the irony, y'all, you know what, let me quiet. I had to, like I told y'all, I was going to keep that egg joke to myself, but hey, it writes itself. It writes itself. You know what, I'm wrong for that. Anyway, let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. And let me apologize for that. I didn't mean to be mean-spirited. It's just that not be mean-spirited to this lady. I don't, you know, I hope she gets what she desired. But I know. I just had to put in a joke in for that. Anyway, let's keep moving. Right. But you know what? I hope that baby stayed away from Epstein. Well, anyway, let's keep moving.
Scribe makes step-by.
Scribe. Is that another whatever.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing, I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory, so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of...
Why you nodding your head like you get some ice cream? I finally get me some ice cream. Let me nod my
numbers,
head.
The amount of electricity that's
Yeah, I mean, with sprinkles, yay.
So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns.
Are you going to tell the state of Texas about our power grid? Because in 2021, a lot of people died. A lot of people no longer living behind that. I know a couple of people we had to bury because of of the power grid not working during the snowstorm of 2021. Texas did not upgrade the power grid. Still, it's been 5 years and still not one thing added to the power grid. Are you going to tell the state of Texas to fix their power grid?
You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of 2 from Houston. She placed
he just woke up. He was like, man, I'm sleeping over here, man. I'm sleeping, man. Let me get up.
Bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up into thousands single-family homes.
Whoa, wait a minute. Something that you was guilty of? The same thing you was guilty of? Like what you did in Atlantic City in the early 90s? You trying to buy this woman's house using a intimate domain because you want a parking lot, and she won a lawsuit against you? Really? Okay. Yeah. All right.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Racel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money.
No, it's not. It's not up. 401k is not up. Sorry. You lie. You're capping.
We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Now, that's probably the only thing that Trump said that was correct.
They stood up. for that. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay. I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed.
Get tax expertise.
But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community.
Here we go. Here we go. We 47 minutes into this. Here we go. This is where a second or third, I said it's gonna be a third blow up. Yeah. So you better grab your popcorn on this one. Okay.
Community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation, and we are working on it like you wouldn't believe. So tonight, although started 4 months ago, I am officially announcing the war on fraud to be led by our great Vice President, J.D. Vance. We'll get it done. And if we're able to find enough of that fraud, we will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large parts of the world where bribery, corruption, and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not playing games. Delilah. Delilah Colden was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens. And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our
Okay,
media
I'm going to
totally
skip.
ignored. Totally, and it was terrible.
I'm going to skip some of this. You know, come on. Hold on, let me skip some of this. Whoa, 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 hold on. Let me stop right there. Stop right there. See what's going on over here.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh yeah. I missed it. Hold on. Let's.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
And the gone. You're right. How are you going to call asylum seekers illegal migrants? Those are two different groups of people. But if you let Black YouTube tell it, everybody, this whole ADS, what's it called? ADOS and FBA, the narrative, if you let some people on YouTube tell it, they can't tell the difference between an asylum seeker and an illegal immigrant. They can't tell the difference. Right, Lagon. Hold on. Oh, here we go. These sorry ass ads.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others.
Wait, hold on. Shouldn't he be in prison? I'm just saying, this guy, the senator from Florida. It just sitting right there. Anyway, let me skip along.
Scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up. Had an incredible impact championing AI legislation advancing.
Whatever. Oh yeah, here it
America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible.
Really? Is it Second Corinthians or is it 2 Corinthians? Mr. Trump, you talking about bringing back religion? Is it Second Corinthians or is it 2 Corinthians? Those you don't know, when he put the Bible, when he shake the Bible at when he walk outside that White House. Anyway,
Really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We're honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2020,
right. It is the law. Nagone, it's the law. No, there is a difference, CAD 504. There's a difference between an asylum seeker and an illegal immigrant. Do you know what the difference is, Kev? There's a difference. Somebody seeking to get out of a war, then there's somebody coming in here illegally. There's a difference. Right up here. Right here. You know, I'm feeling petty because I really want to say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. I feel petty. Meaning, I keep it to myself. Yeah, asylum seekers are not breaking the law, though. That's the point. I don't know what Kev. I don't understand what Kev don't seem to grasp. Asylum seekers are not the ones breaking the law. No. Something that happened on Bomb's channel, and I'm feeling petty. But somebody told me, Queen Sunkiss told me don't say nothing. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. You're right. You know. Yeah. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Anyway, keep it moving.
22, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful. What a beautiful young woman. Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives.
Wait, stop. Just stop right there. See, George, you're right. In the next 6 months, there's gonna be some more Hispanic people coming into America. Okay? There's gonna be some more Hispanics coming to America because We just fought. We're up in Mexico fighting against the cartels. So don't get mad if you see more Jose's at y'all nearest Lowe's, y'all Home Depots. Don't get mad. Okay? Do not get mad if you see more people at your Home Depots, your Lowe's, some of your lumber companies looking for work. Don't get mad that the Venezuelan people, they're on the way up here because our foreign policy brings them over here. So don't get mad talking about we need them out of here. And we didn't. No, we brought them over here. You know, like some of y'all really don't. It's like some of y'all just don't connect the dots of immigrant, how asylum seekers and immigration starts. What led people to come up here in the first place, and how they're allowed to come up in here. You try to tell them that on the YouTube, on Black YouTube, people can't, anyway.
Relatives near.
Another ad. Yes, another ad. Let me see. Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America. Came in through open.
No, you're lied. That's a lie. See, now the narrative is the black female judge let the man off, right? Well, she couldn't do anything to him because by law passed by Ronald Reagan, he had to go. He had to leave. He had to be set out free. See, the narrative is that black female judge in North Carolina was the one who allowed him free. No, she had no options but to let him free by law. That's why I told Kelly Ray to go kick rocks. Yeah, that's why I told Kelly Ray to go kick rocks with sandals.
Borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
True. That's true. That right there's true. That's true. On that.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
Yeah, but that's Ronald Reagan law. See, you gotta do your research first.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including.
Wait, stop. Wait a minute, stop. Hold on. Isn't she the one that got in a bathrobe? on that bus. You know what? And she's supposed to be running for governor of South Carolina. Anyway, just keep it moving. I forgot. You need to keep it moving.
Memphis, Tennessee, big success. New Orleans, Louisiana, big success. And our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. They don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the...
Okay, we will skip all that. Ah, come on.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart. And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
Yeah, the secretary of being a coconut. Yeah. Right, right. Homicide dropped nearly roughly 30% in 2024 compared to 2023. Further decreases reported due to 2025, not due. Right. Crime been down. The gone, yet but people want people listen to social media too much rather than actual reading what's going on. Let me see here. I'm skipping through some of this. I'm skipping through all some
We're
of
not
this.
even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. Far to have a nuclear weapon, can't let that happen. And are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. A tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved Uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas.
Yeah, and you kidnapped a sitting president of a foreign country. Right, right. Mm-hmm.
Bring down the
Yeah, I'm gonna skip all this.
Dakotas.
You skip all that.
Thank you, everybody.
Want to send a text message and you can't get through on the phone line? In just a second, you're going to hear Abigail Spanberger.
Yeah. Abigail Spanberger did the worst response I was told, but I just played Summer Lee's response instead at the beginning. But here is Governor Spanberg,
CIA agent,
response.
former member of Congress, just elected to the governorship of Virginia, first woman governor.
Excuse me, how? How? Breaking international law like the 14 sections of the the OAS treaty, the Organization of American States treaty. He broke 14 laws of that treaty. So what? So what if he had a warrant?
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to historic Williamsburg. We are gathered here in the chambers of the House of Burgesses. In 1705, the people of the Virginia colony gathered here to take on the extraordinary task of governing themselves. Speak.
That's the sound of an American.
Plainly and honestly. And let me ask you, the American people watching at home, 3 questions. Is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? Is the president working to keep Americans safe both at home and abroad? Is the president working for you? As I campaigned for governor last year, I traveled to every corner of Virginia, and I heard the same pressing concern.
Whoa. Stop. Time out, y'all. Hold on. Flag on the play. Wait a minute. Like how January 6th. No. Nagone. Somebody, no, check out Summer Lee's response. It's in the description box. I played it earlier on this live stream. She cooked Donald Trump. She went down point by point. She should have been the one that should have done the Democratic response. She did the response on behalf of the working party, the Working Families Party. Are you a Venezuelan lawyer? Oof. Yeah. Where we at? Oh yeah, here we go.
Everywhere. Costs are too high in housing, healthcare, energy, and childcare. And I know these same conversations are being had all across this country. Because since this president took office last year, his reckless trade policies have forced American families to pay more than $1,700 each in tariff costs. Small businesses have suffered, farmers have suffered, some losing entire markets. Everyday Americans are paying the price. And even though the Supreme Court struck these tariffs down 4 days ago, the damage to us, the American people, has already been done. Meanwhile, the president is planning for new tariffs, another massive tax hike on you and your family. And Republicans in Congress, they remain unwilling to assert their constitutional authority to stop him. They're making your life harder. They're making your life more expensive. They're even making it more difficult to see a doctor. Rural health clinics in Virginia and across the country are already closing their doors thanks to the so-called One Big Beautiful Bill, championed by the president and Republicans in Congress. And tonight, the president celebrated this law, the one threatening rural hospitals, stripping healthcare from millions of Americans and driving up costs in energy and housing, all while cutting food programs for hungry kids. But here in
do y'all want me to continue this? I just, you know, I already listened to one response already at the beginning, and she's not addressing what is being stated. It's almost like she's reading from a script. I'm just saying, I'm not really interested in listening to what she got to say. I guess nobody ain't not responding, but I keep it. I listen for more, listen to some more of this.
Virginia, I am working with our state legislature to lower costs and make the Commonwealth more affordable. And it's not just me. Democrats across the country are laser focused on affordability in our nation's capital and in state capitals and communities across America. In the most innovative and exceptional nation in the history of the world, Americans deserve to know that their leaders are focused on addressing the problems that keep them up at night. Problems that dictate where you live, whether you can afford to start a business or whether you have to skip a prescription in order to buy groceries. So I'll ask again, is the president working to make life more affordable for you and your family? We all know the answer is no. I grew up in a house of service. My mother was a nurse and my father was a career law enforcement officer. I began my career by following in my father's footsteps as a federal agent, working money laundering and narcotic cases.
Right. We heard this before. You're reading from a script. We heard this before. You know, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me go back to. Let me go right back to who gave a better response. Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. Let me go. Hold on. Let me see, who sent me a response? Shout out to Char Willie. Shout out to Char Willie. Yeah, with my interview with Aaron Fountain exposed the manosphere. I guess people are bothered by that, huh? I guess people are bothered by that interview I did with Aaron. I told y'all I'm coming for y'all. To the manosphere leadership, I told you I'm coming for y'all. It may not, may not come as y'all think they think we're gonna come, but I'm coming for y'all. But let me get back to. Hold on, you know what? I'm gonna play this real quick. Hold on. Let me play him instead. Let me play him instead because he went the fuck off. Okay, he went the fuck off.
It is 7:45 p.m. West Coast time on Tuesday evening, and I'm watching the State of the Union being delivered by a president of the United States who was a convicted felon and a rapist. And yes, multiple members of the USA men's Olympic hockey team, fresh off their gold medal in Milan, decided to attend this speech being given by a convicted felon and a rapist after winning their gold medal on Sunday, the day after the USA women's hockey team won their gold medal on Saturday in Milan. And the men's team, upon winning their gold medal, decided to celebrate their gold medal in their locker room with Kash Patel, the Make-A-Wish kid, director of the FBI, who has spent the last year of his career defending and covering up for pedophiles and their co-conspirators in the Epstein files who raped and abused young women and teenage girls. That's who the men's hockey team decided to celebrate with once they won their gold medal. And now multiple members are attending the State of the Union speech being delivered by the president, who is a convicted felon.
Okay. Yeah. I meant to do this real quick. They meant to, hold on. Let me put this up real quick. Put this up here real quick. Yeah, let me go to Homegirl's response, because I played this earlier. So let me go ahead and do this.
Good evening. I'm Congresswoman Summer Lee, and I'm honored to deliver the Working Families Party response to the President's State of the Union. The Working Families Party is the political party for working people, not the bosses, not the big dollars. I'm proud to be a part of a movement that is built for and by the people. So let's start with a simple truth.
You know what, Gone. That's why I don't go on panels as much, because you try to tell people things, and people just repeat things that Phil the Vice show tell them, or they repeat what Tim Black will be saying, or repeat what the Black Authority or Jason Black or Phil the Vice show or Tariq Nasheed. They just repeat things other people telling them rather than stop looking things up for themselves. I remember that time I told people about there is a bill in Congress about helping black boys. Do you know people try to tell me it doesn't exist when I told them it is right here in front of you? Oh, the Congressional Black Congress, they don't care about black people. I put all these bills up. That's why I really don't talk to people no more on panels. Because they listen to people who got a YouTube channel rather than listen to, anyway. I'm done. I'm done talking to them. Seriously. Yeah, though I'm being petty. But anyway, Summer Lee, who's a congresswoman, and I know I played her earlier. She did a better response than what Springberger did. And by the way, I do have a crush on Summer Lee. I've been telling people I have a crush on Summer Lee. Yeah. Anyway, she sounds a lot better than this right here. She sounds a lot better than this.
Side by side with local and state police to keep our communities safe and to uphold and enforce.
Yes. This is right here is a script. She's just saying a script. This right here, let me share this right here. She ain't going by no script.
What we are witnessing from our government is authoritarianism. Any response that doesn't acknowledge that truth is a disservice to Americans who deserve and need honesty right now. I listened to Donald Trump's speech tonight. While Trump and his friends profit off his presidency, he's gaslighting us. He wants to convince working families that we're better off under his regime. But we know the truth. Our country is in crisis. For millions of Americans, affordability is out of reach. Trump has driven up the unemployment rate, cutting thousands of federal jobs across the country. Everything he does is making Americans less safe at home and abroad.
Right. Ooh, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a crush on this woman. You gotta forgive me, man. Y'all got to forgive me. I have a crush on this woman. Damn. Anyway, let's keep it moving.
He's bringing us to the brink of wars in the Middle East and South America. And at home, ICE agents are hunting down human beings and cities are under siege. The FBI is raiding election offices in Georgia. Students are being disappeared for protesting tyranny and genocide in Palestine. The environmental protections we earned after a generation of advocacy are being stripped away. Educators are facing attacks on public and higher education because diversity and truth threaten corporate power. Workers are facing union busting and retaliation. And the Republican-led Congress, it's abdicated its post as a co-equal branch and yielded itself to the oligarchs in the White House. Trump bragged about his tariffs.
Right. Yeah. And this right here it is the poorest excuse. This right here from the governor of Virginia is a poor excuse of a rebuttal.
The law. Law enforcement officers across the country know that it is a unique responsibility to do serious work of investigating crimes, come for trust, and that requires an abiding sense of duty and commitment to community. And yet, our president has sent poorly trained federal American citizens and people who aspire to be Americans, and they have done it without a warrant. They have ripped nursing mothers away from and storied history of the United States.
You know, I'm not going to keep on doing this, y'all. I'm not going to keep on doing this, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't do no. I have no stomach for people. I can't do no live streams. No, not live streams. I can't listen to people who talk from a script like this. Not like this. Okay? Not like this. I'm sorry. You talking from a script. I'm sorry. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna get. You know what? I just got off from work, so let me just go and end this. The link is in the description box. Y'all watch it for yourselves if y'all really want to entertain that. I did my little rebuttal against the president. So yeah, I did my own little response. So anyway, let me get out of here. And yeah, I'm out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop sharing all this. Yeah, let me stop sharing all this. Let me get out of here. And I'll see y'all next time.
I am not here to debate with anyone. I have devoted all of my adult life to this subject. I only debate with my equals. All others I teach.